We are Maria Jose and Chase.
We've been traveling since 2018 with our dogs Pablo and Jake.
After Chase lost his job, we decided to hit the road.
So we bought an old school bus and converted it into our dream tiny home on wheels.
We had plans to travel internationally, so we sold the bus and bought a van.
But then the pandemic happened.
So we put those plans on hold and decided it was time to explore more of the United States.
We're sharing the highs as well as the lows of this amazing life on the road.
We would love for you to subscribe and join us along this journey.
Hey friends, welcome back. This week we want to show you something that's a little different than what we normally do.
If you guys know, we talk about the total cost of our van, and that was $35,000.
Just shy of the $36,000 mark, we'll say. But we wanted to highlight the uniqueness of really every type of build, and we want to show that it's possible regardless of what your personalities are, what your hobbies are, and how you can truly build a van to meet the demands of any activity that you want, from lounging around watching Netflix to ripping around the desert on a dirt bike. And what better people to show it
than our friends Jake and Heather.
Yeah, so we're Jake and Heather. I'm Jake.
I'm Heather.
If you didn't figure that out already. We're on Instagram, we're Go and Live Free. If you've seen us before, thank you for following us. But yeah, today we're going to kind of go over our two different van builds, and we just were talking last night by the fire, and we just thought how amazing it was that we nearly spent identical amounts of money on our builds. Like I'm telling you, like we spent just under 35, they spent just over 35, and our builds couldn't be any more different. So we think this video is going to be a lot of fun and show you guys how different our vans are and how unique they are and how they fit. Our van works really great for us. And probably wouldn't be that good for them. So
yeah, exactly. Like they are like very like sport outside fun stuff. We're like, ooh, let's eat. Yeah. Let's have friends over for drinks.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Come on, let's go and check it out.
All right, so our van is a 2008 Sprinter van. It was actually a Freightliner model, and it is a 3500 170 extended, so it's got that extra 18 inches on the back. It's very unique in the fact that it is a mega roof model, and what that means is it has an extra almost 12 inches of headroom inside. So we're both very tall people, and that gives us like the roof inside, the ceiling, I think it like measures 7'1" or something. So when you step inside, you don't really feel like you're in a van. Since we are both taller, normally vans, like, it'll scrape my head in with Heather's updo. She might be scraping too on a normal van roof.
Yeah, we found this van in Philadelphia, and we were in between a few different vans. And for me, going into a minimalistic lifestyle, I knew that that was going to be one of my biggest challenges. We also had 2 dogs at the time, so we really wanted to maximize space. So when I saw the mega roof listed for sale, I was like, that's it. Like, that has to be our van. That's what we're going with. So I convinced Jake to spend, I think it was a couple $1,000 more or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't really too far out of our budget, and we actually got him to come down a little bit, but the service history was and we paid for that. We had to replace the engine, so it can be done. You can build a van that fits every need you have. I think this has checked all the boxes for us. I don't think we're really missing anything.
Yeah.
And we wanted to be able to haul all of our toys with us. So we have mountain bikes, inflatable paddle boards, dirt bikes, generators,
everything.
Chairs.
We're minimalists living in a mega roof model with a lot of toys.
Yeah. We wanted to make sure we got the most out of every location that we visited, and we're able to explore and adventure to the fullest. So
yeah.
So our van is 2016 Sprinter van. It is the 170 non-extended. So where Jake and Heather's van had the extra 18 inches, ours doesn't have that, but our chassis length is exactly the same. So it's on the same platform, just with a little bit less space. We did that intentionally because we didn't need the extra length for like the seating area, but that is something that Maria Jose and I have considered for potential future vans, because having that bench seating on the inside with that extra 18 inches is really awesome. So unlike their van being the mega roof, ours is just the standard high roof. There are a couple of different heights that you can get with these Sprinter vans, and the mega roof that they have is absolutely one of the hardest to come by. Ours works out perfectly fine for us. It was about 6'4" internal height before we did any floor insulation or roof insulation or any of the wood boards that we have up top. One of the things that dictated what our layout was going to be was really just trying to maximize the space that we had while keeping the beds separate and kind of hidden from every other aspect of the floor plan.
Up top, we have 400 watts of solar, and that feeds 800 amp hours of lithium. So Chase and I were both very shifty in ways. We both have huge lithium battery banks, but we didn't pay a huge price for them. I think people have this misconception that they have to buy battle-born batteries in order to get lithium, and those are very expensive at $1,000 per 100 amp hours. So we paid, I believe, around $4,000 for 800 amp hours of lithium, and that's BMS protected, low temp cutoff controls, the whole nine. It's done beautifully, and we source that directly from the manufacturer. So there are ways to get it done. You don't have to spend money for the big name brands, just something that is very similar in our builds. And also another one of the reasons why we're able to get so much bang for our buck by being a little shifty. So use the internet. Instead of a fingerboard, which most van lifers tend to put in here, we don't rock climb, although we'd like to get into it. We are into fitness, so we put this pull-up bar here so that we can do pull-ups on it. We can also do leg raises, and then we have TRX bands up top that we put out here and get full workouts in.
Much like Jake had mentioned with their very large lithium battery bank, we have a fairly large system ourselves. Up on top, we have 600 watts of solar. We have 4 144 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries for a total of 576 amp hours of totally usable battery storage, which is it's unlike many battery banks that you see in RVs and vans, typically because of the upfront cost. Well, like Jake mentioned, we did things a little differently, and we sourced our batteries in a much different way. We looked at medical grade battery companies on the used market, and we're able to snag 4 of those batteries at $500 a piece. So where many people extend a large amount of money and really pay an arm and a leg for some of those other manufacturers, we were able to save that while still having maximum functionality at minimum cost to really power our entire electric van build. So we wanted to pack a little extra functionality on the back side of the van because we do like to keep the back doors open. We have an outside shower to accompany the one on the inside. It's plumbed for hot and cold water as well, so we can really enjoy some outdoor showers when we're in environments that make it hospitable to do so. We've got a little flip-up table that we love. It's nice that we can use it kind of as a standing desk when we're not on weird inclines, but we can also kind of put drinks here when we're out hanging out with friends, or a beautiful charcuterie board that Morose makes.
All right, Heather, why don't you take them inside and show them the kitchen?
Yeah, my favorite part of our build is the kitchen. This is actually where I spend a lot of my time. I totally love to cook. So the difference with our van is that we do propane here. So we have a 3-burner oven stove combo. So the oven was a total must for me because I love to cook. We actually use it quite often. Underneath our oven, we have our Dometic fridge freezer combo. So our entire kitchen build is actually based off of this location of this fridge. As I'm sure Jake will go over with you guys, we had to fit that in, and there was like a few inches, and I don't really know the exact, So our propane is actually stored underneath our bed. Jake built a propane container that keeps us safe when we're using the propane, not just for our cooktop, but also for our shower and our water heater and all of that. So he'll go into that with you guys.
One of my favorite parts of the van as well is the kitchen area. And these we built it especially for me. I wanted a lot of storage inside the van. That's why we went with a full-size pantry. We also were a little bit scared of propane and decided to keep all of our system electrical. So that's why we have an electric cooktop. We don't have an oven like them. I wish I did, but we don't use an oven that much. So that's why we went to this route. We have an isotherm fridge. It has a lot of space for fridge area, but a very tiny freezer. So it's good for us because we don't buy as many frozen stuff. So we try to eat more fresh in the moment. One of the biggest difference I've noticed from our van and their van is they have their whole kitchen in one section, and I decided to keep it separate. So I have this area to do dishes, I can prep, get things out of the fridge very easily with a lot of storage on the top. And then I have in this section the cooktop, which is incredible because I have a lot of prepping space. All the drawers are dedicated for the kitchen. So another great feature of the cooktop being here is I can open the door, have a view, and also like all the smoke and the smells of cooking will go out of the door.
Alright, so going into our water, I'll talk about my little baby. This is my shower design. I hadn't seen anything like it before. Like Heather said, this kitchen was really built around the fridge, and so we kind of lost some space here. And this is really narrow, so we knew when we were in the kitchen we'd be bumping elbows if this was like a solid wall. So we designed this little half wall that kind of makes it feel like a nice enclosed bathroom. And then we have this extending shower curtain rod that comes all the way around, and that allows you when you're taking a shower to have full elbow room, so you're not actually like taking a shower like this. This actually feels pretty normal. Huge shout out to Nebbia by Moen. They sent us this shower head, and let me tell you, if you are planning on building a shower in your van, you absolutely need this shower head. They're not paying me to say that, but it is amazing. It saves so much water. We literally turn it on, you're completely soaked. Turn it off, you can soap up. Great for Navy showers. Can't say enough good things about this shower head, but this is our shower. Kind of just folding out of the way. Light flicks off. Like I said, the shower curtain kind of closes and the half wall gives you some privacy, so two people in a small space. I knew I wanted some privacy, and since we didn't have that door, this kind of gets the job done for us. We do have a tankless water heater that is run by propane, so it's instant, usually warms up within 30 seconds. You do waste a little water waiting for it to warm up, but that's usually when I get my cold showers in for the day, so I just turn that baby on and woo! Then it warms up, and I tell Heather I warm it up for her, so she hops in after. Our toilet is a C-head composting toilet. I don't think there's a right or wrong choice. We just went with this design, or toilet manufacturer I should say, because it was a few $100s cheaper, and really that's the only real reason we went this route. But we do like that you can change the P-jug without needing Nature Head's proprietary P-jug. So if you do any research about van toilets, you'll know about the P-jug pretty soon. Our 46-gallon gray water tank, or excuse me, freshwater tank is under the bed on this side, and then we kind of balance the weight with the shower and tile being on this side, and the batteries are over that side of the wheel well.
One of the major commonalities between Jake and Heather's van and our van is that we dedicated a space for our bathroom and the toilet. So shower and toilet all together here inside the van. We used a Nature's Head toilet, and it's worked pretty well for us. There are mishaps that happen that comes along with just getting familiar with how to use a composting toilet, and you can probably watch our channel later to figure out some of those. We went with a built-in sliding retractable shower door. We've got just a standard shower faucet. It's got a handle that we primarily use as the main shower head, so we can have it above head, or we can take it off and kind of move it around our body. I'm not gonna lie, they've talked about the Nebbia so much that we've honestly considered grabbing one, so that might be a little upgrade that we do in the future on our van. With that, we have a 4.5-gallon electric water heater, and funny enough, we're both using a 46-gallon water tank for fresh water, so we've understood the importance of having a large amount of water readily available while we're traveling. They keep theirs underneath the bed. We centered ours directly underneath our step up into the living room and sofa area, so it's centered on our van chassis.
Okay, so having the mega roof model means that we can actually sit up when we're sitting in bed, which I know in the van life community, not all people can do that. Another plus that we have with our build is that we have a ton of storage underneath. If we wanted to, we could put mountain bikes under there. Once again, thanks to the mega roof. So I wanted a fixed bed. That was one of my like #1 things moving into a van. I didn't want to have to make the bed every day, worry about storing bedding and all of that. So our fixed bed is key for me. So I'm more of like a bed lounger. I work in bed, I hang out in bed, I watch shows in bed. You know, it's just like how I relax and maintain my vibe in the van. So with that, Jake obviously built a front lounging area / living room / office space that he uses. We have a fold-up table, and we have our passenger seat and our driver's seat both swivel around so that we can hang out and sit there. So another big plus about the mega roof is that we have all of this extra space on top for storage, which a lot of vans don't have. So back here, Jake built cabinets. This is where we store our clothes. This is actually all my clothes, so that's his clothes back there. And these, as you can see, are our kitchen cabinets, and all of our plates are stored here. So this still allows a ton of space. We have a ton of storage, and that's just another plus of the mega roof model. So in order to get on our bed, I actually need this stool. And I need it as well when I'm like reaching for things in our upper cabinets, which is kind of wild. Let's go and hang out in the seating area.
Alright, so we really wanted to maximize the front of the van, and we did so by having both of these captain chairs on swivels. They both turn around, and it lets us hang out in kind of lazy boy style and use the entire front cabin of the van. We were really mindful of that because since we had the fixed bed, we knew we couldn't hang out. And like Heather said, she likes to hang out in bed, and she tends to sleep a little later than I do. And in the morning, I want to get out of bed, so I get out here, I can make my coffee, sit down, read a book. I can sit there, here, there, or here, or there, or there, or here. And, so something cool, we like to have dinner parties ourselves, and that's something Chase and Maria Jose have. They have kind of that seating area in the back where you can all sit down and enjoy and play cards or have drinks. And we kind of have the same thing, so we can have 4 people in here with the fridge slid out. Hey there, buddy. We can enjoy the table. She can sit here, someone can sit there, like I said, and someone can sit here. This seat I built myself, and it also doubles as a ton of storage for the kitchen. We have all of our kitchen supplies in here, so we have a Vitamix blender, an espresso machine, coffee grinders. There's a food processor in there. So all of the gadgets Heather needs to cook us delicious meals are all stored in this seat here. This is the office space, so the monitor swivels down. I have a keyboard and mouse placed up here. That way I can sit here, edit videos, do some work, and that's basically, that's our van. It has
our home.
This is our home. Has many uses. It's very functional for us. We really enjoy it. We're really happy. We've been in the van for a little over 6 months now, and I don't think there's really anything we would have changed.
Yeah, we always say, watching everybody's YouTube videos and stuff, that they always have like a list of things that they would change about their van. And honestly, we really don't. I think this works perfectly for us. It's super functional, and we love hanging out in here.
Yeah, I think we nailed it. Oh, there is one thing we wish we had.
What?
Radiant heat floors for the winter.
Yeah,
that was
next one. That's the one thing. Okay, I lied. One thing.
That's the one bugaboo.
What I mentioned earlier is how much we love having friends over, cooking, and just like hanging out in the van. So for us, having a sleeping space and a living space separated was important. I did not want people sitting in my bed or spilling their wine or eating, or I preferred to keep it separate. So that's why we did an L-shaped sofa area. Both of them work as storage, so we keep things in here. Like outdoor stuff or seating for camping, extra shoes, generator, some extra food storage. We also went with a lagoon table that we can take off. We can move around, so everybody that is sitting in the sofa will have an area to put their plate or their drink. And also, how they mentioned they have tons of places to seat people. We do as well. I will say probably my favorite sitting in the van is our toilet, which is right in the middle. You can see everybody. And then also the swivel seat. Instead of 2 swivel seats, we only have 1, which is the passenger side, and it's right direct in the front. You can talk to everybody in the back and hang out as well. And then you might be wondering, where do they have the bed? So we went with a Murphy bed. It's for sure probably my favorite feature in the whole van. And I'm gonna show you how easy to transform from hanging out space to ready to go to bed space. And just that easy, we have our bed. Some people think that having a Murphy bed, you lose a little bit of a space, and that's why we build the cabinets behind the bed. These keep our pillows, comforter, extra books, and our dirty clothes as well. We didn't mention these before, but they're pretty tall and we're pretty short. I'm 5'2", so I would not be able to reach in their cabinets, and that's why these are perfect for me. We keep all our clothing, winter coats and things like that in the upper cabinets. We have storage everywhere, and I feel like we still have quite a bit of stuff, so we can even downsize that even more and probably have a whole empty cabinet. There you go, friends. 2 different builds with similar budgets. That shows you can build something that works for you and your needs and your lifestyle. We encourage you to check the link down below to check out Heather and Jake's van. They have van tours, they have informative and more adventure videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next week.